I'm Edwin Cantu, and this is Mentor Moments, insights from mentors, community leaders, authors, and friends. In today's talk, I'm going to be talking about this idea that actually came from a book my brother and I read when we were kind of getting into personal finance. We were both getting professional jobs and we wanted to understand, but it applies to so many different things. And the framework is, do you want to be rich or do you want to be sexy? And because rich is something that the author explained, it's almost like a mathematical equation. We can show you the steps, the systems, the habits that you need to develop to get rich. However, being sexy is something entirely different. That's something that's really based on your own perception and the perception of others, which is a little bit outside of your control. And so the way that this applies to some of the different areas that I've come across and that friends have come across is sometimes we want to do things and we say we want it for one specific reason, but if you view it from the lens of, am I making this decision because it's effective or it's leading closer to my outcome, the rich one, it's almost like an equation, or am I doing this because I want to be sexy, because it looks good, the perceived value is high. And in different elements or different aspects of your world, it's okay to make decisions that are maybe a blend of both, but I think it'd be helpful if we break down first the initial idea of what being rich means. In the personal finance book, they went into compound interest, investing, saving for retirement, index funds, those kind of things. And it was very mathematical. Do this, do this, do this for a long enough time period and you'll get there. The same thing with fitness, right? You set up a calorie deficit, you have your training regimen. As long as you stay under your calorie regimen and you're lifting weights, your body fat percentage is going to be lower. However, the sexy side is, do you want it to look good? And I know there's videos that kind of make fun of people that go to the gym and are constantly like posing, and sure, that may be the part of the experience. And I mean, all of us, I think, partake in a little bit of just noticing the gains that you're getting at the gym. But what is the purpose that you are doing what you are doing? So for example, in business, as a business advisor, I see a lot of clients that want to start businesses. And a lot of the times it's really helpful to kind of break things down from that framework. And so sometimes I ask them, like, do you want to start this business specifically because you think it's going to be profitable or because it's viewed highly? So for example, consulting. There's a ton of people that want to do consulting based on what their work experience is. And in some regards, it's valuable because they have experience, they know what they're doing. And so consulting could definitely be, they could provide a lot of value by consulting. But other times they want to do consulting just to get out of their job, which is not a problem. Business can be developed for many different reasons, but if the goal is to eventually leave your job, there may be another strategic decisions that viewed from the rich lens. What is another career opportunity? What are other skill sets? What's just another job that you could develop that could get you out of your current situation? And sometimes I think the emphasis of what looks good, what can appeal to a lot of people, what sounds good to us can get in the way of a bit of rationality and strategic planning, which has been a conversation that my brother and I have had multiple times. And so it's just one of those moments that I wish I could have had and talked to myself when I was a bit younger, when I was choosing a major, when I was graduating and choosing my first job, when I was evaluating the culture of a job. Sometimes I valued where the location of the job was, that I was in a high rise, that I had a car that I could drive and it looked good, but the actual work environment wasn't my favorite. The actual work wasn't great. But because everything looked great, it appealed, it had all the other indicators that I was successful, it got in the way of me actually finding something that I really enjoyed, which working at the university, leading like a student program and a leadership program, and then becoming a business advisor, doing community engagement with the university, those are a bit closer to what, in my mind, the definition of a rich career looks like. And I wish I could have had that conversation with myself when I was 18 or so. And so, again, it's just one of those moments that I wish I could have had a mentor or thought through this lens a bit earlier, because I think it would have been really helpful. If what you're hearing is helpful, consider sending it to someone that you think might also appreciate this video. That's what really helps this channel grow. What do you think? Does this kind of reflect similar experiences that you've had? Have you made decisions that have appealed just because of the sexiness of it or because it sounds great? Or have you stayed in a relationship or in a job because everything looked good on paper but may have not actually been fulfilling or been your real definition of what rich looks like? Let me know in the comments. And if you watched the whole video, you might as well like the episode and subscribe to the channel. As always, thanks for listening.